say here's the next project. It's just come in. It's a 2CV come in for floor repairs. Customer's already supplying the floor pans to go in. Floor pans, front bulkhead, and a few other bits. Nice solid one, so hopefully it shouldn't take much. Yeah, and hopefully, if I remember, I'll get some videos up and you can see how it goes. So this is the next part of the Mini, not the Mini, it's a 2CV. I have taken the wings off, bonnets up, doors off, and I've actually done a shell lift, body lift. To get the rusty bits underneath. There's a rusty bit there. Be cool to repair that. So now I'm just going to fall out, cut these bits out, cut the floor pans out and replace them with the new bits you've got here. There's the bad bits of the pillar chopped out and the gutter. And I've also had to chop out some of the sill. He had these sills put in new. I'm guessing by the same person that did the mess that was here in the last video. But I'll have to cut this bit out because I made a mess of it when the welder did a load of snot to it and bent it. And so now I'm going to make a new. I've made a new piece and weld that in. Upside down. No, it's not upside down. Weld that into there. Make that nice and solid and flat again, and then start cutting and cleaning up, cutting and welding in the new gutter, because the gutter goes in first and then the A-pillar goes in, and then once I've got them bits done I can put the hinge back on here, which also needs some repairs. That's that bit welded in, and now I'm going to clean this off, drill holes in it, and then plug, well, I'm going to cut this to length, strip it onto there and plug weld that into Citreon. And then with this side, when I put this in, I'll drill through the other side and plug from the other side, so it's a sandwich and it'll all hold together nicely, because this wasn't at all. I literally pulled it off by hand. That's the gutter rail welded in, and now I've got this piece. It wasn't angled, but the bottom of the sill is, or the top of the sill should I say, and I've marked it and cut it so it goes in near enough flat so I can get a nice weld on it, get it nice and strong. And now I just need to take the top off, because I always cut them a little bit tall so I can take them down a little bit at a time. Otherwise, if you cut too short, you're knackered. So I got this bit welded in, wall welded in, sills repaired, gutters in, and the new A-pillars in. So I just need to clean the welds off, and then that bit's done. Then I can move on to prepping and putting the front of the floor pan and the front bulkhead in. That's it all cleaned off. I've got this side all done, this side's all done, so now I just need to move on the inside. I need to cut along the top of this level, make this nice. I'm going to hack some of this, this is all going to take paint anyway. I'm going to make, it's over there somewhere, well, there's a new floor pan. That's it all cleaned off. I've got this side all done, this side's all done, so now I just need to move on the inside. I need to cut along the top of this level, make this nice. I'm going to hack some of this, this is all going to take paint anyway. I'm going to make, it's over there somewhere, well, there's a new floor pan. Being busy, I clean forgot to do video updates. The inner floor pan's in, welded in, ground off seam sealed. The bottom is all plug welded every 2 inches, then cleaned off and nice and flat, so when I put the new floor pans on, they'll sit nice and flat. And the outside is also all welded in, seam welded in all the way along, and then seam sealed on the outside. That's going to get all stone chipped to match the top and painted red. We will have to repair the side panels new because weld them in, they're warped, but it's a lot better having them welded in and a little bit warped than completely loose and doing absolutely nothing and invent an accident. And then yeah, so next bit, cut the floor pans out. We're back on the Citreon 2CV today. Start making some noise. And cut the floor wood. I found the back panel here where the rear bench will go, bottom of it's rotten. So I've got this, repair that. And also, underneath, you might not be able to see, there's a hole there. You can't see because it's not focusing. There you go. So I'm going to have to cut out and repair that bit as well. Oh well, plenty of work to do. So while this is, while that bit's paused until we get into touch with the customer to see what he wants to do, see whether he wants us to repair it the minute or just carry on how we were and repair that another day. Personally I'll do it now, but customer's choice. So now what I'm doing is I'm going to quickly repair the A-pillar panels where they've been warped from welding in the new floor pan. So I got in touch with the customer yesterday. He came down yesterday afternoon and had a look, and we've decided to go ahead with repairing this, which you can see you really couldn't not do. We've moved it from over there to my 2-poster, so I've got more room. Lifted the whole shell off the chassis now. There's a chassis off the 2CV, and here's what I'm encountered with now. It's questionable, and the worrying thing is bits like that as well, where that's a seatbelt plate, and it's just being tacked in situ. It's a seatbelt plate. Do it right. Repair that. I'll have to repair that and that, and also we move to this side, and it's not going to be any better. So time to crack on. So I'm about halfway through. Well, not halfway through, but I've started on the underneath the driver's side. It is driver's side, right hand side, and I've cut out everything that's rotten. I started repairing it. There's repair up there. I've started making a new piece to replace this piece over here. It's knackered, as you can see, knackered. So I'm making it up a bit of flat 1.2 mil, whatever that is in gauge. It's actually probably thicker than what was in originally, but I've marked it out, measured it out, marked it out, and I've marked out where the indent needs to be for the suspension. So go and bash that about, make that right shape now. So that's that bit I made, all bashed about and welded in. And just got to make this piece. This piece comes down here and around and into this gutter here, which isn't existing anymore, so I've got to make something up with that, but it's all doable. Also this bit, I might have to have a look at that. And also I've got to have a look at this bit the customer's asked us to look at. Got me lamp. Where it's just awful. So I've got to have a look at that too. There we go, I've made all these patches up. All these pieces up. This is up being cut out, made and welded in, and then drilled and plugged and made the floor in this piece. Yeah. Can't pay attention to where I'm filming. It's hard to see because the camera won't focus. So that's all plugged into there, plugged into the sill, and I made this piece here, which goes across the back and into the gut, into the pillar. And then next part I've got to fix is the pillar, because as you can see I've taken the arch off and the pillar's not very happy either. So I've got that to repair, but no, she's moving on quite well now, and definitely a lot more solid than she was. Made good progress yesterday, got everything welded in, including the floor pan. So I got a massive lot of nickets falling on my face. Beard gets nowhere. The floor pans are welded in, bows in the middle but straightens out when you push it up, so when it sits like chassis it'll sit square. Floor pan's welded in, the underneath's all welded in. Started repairs on this pillar, and now I'm on to repairing this part here, where it's a seatbelt mount. Oh, I should do my head in. Seatbelt mount, and I've just cleaned it off with a wire wheel. Look at that, man. So I'm grinding this off, so I can clean that off and making a piece that Gan's doing here, so I can actually tie everything together instead of just being a shitty patchwork quilt. Here again. So I've cut that bit off. As you can see, it's because it just wanted to fill that tiny hole in. So next, don't fall over. I made this new piece. It's just a piece of angle, or it's a flat that I made into angle, shaped it, Cramped that end off, drilled holes in it so I can plug it up, lined it up with the seam that already gone down there, so that's going to weld into there. Give us 2 seconds. There we go. I can't do that one-handed. So stripped up, just going to push that into there. Well, I hot glue gun stab that up there, just like that. Get that all welded up nice, and it's all going to be proper solid and hunky-dory again, instead of full of patches and shite. Here again, there's the plug welds all done. They're a little bit messy because it's not the cleanest steel, but I don't think it was clean as steel when it came out of the factory. It's about as thick as a Fox's biscuit tin. Here we go, and then they've got a nice good seam all the way down here. Good penetration all the way through into the seat belt mount. So it's all tied up together, and there's knee flex not anymore. And that looks awful across the top because I'm having to weld over someone else's awful welds. So yeah, at least it's strong now. I'll clean it off and it'll look alright. These ones I think I got away with better because someone hadn't seam welded doing the side of it. So I'm to the point now where I've got the car drop back down again. I'm working on in the top, shall I say. I'm going to be repairing this bit, making a new piece to go in here. I'm using, this is the original piece that I cut out. Bottom of it's rotten, and it's also too short, because that was all rotten. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as a template. Put it in place, got my straight edge, measure off there, 10mm, put another 10mm on for 90 into here, and another 10mm onto here, on the bottom, for 90 off here. Oh, there you go, 90. Oh, actually I might go to 20mm. I've got a 20mm on there, so extra 10mm on this side and extra 10mm on the bottom. I've marked dude, there you go, marked dude. That's the original piece, straightened off obviously. My extra on for putting my flanges on so I can weld in the floor and the sill. Get this cut out, use a pair of tin snips, and then get it bashed out, I'll drill some holes in here and plug it on, and seam weld into the floor where it was. So again, there's my piece, just about ready to weld in. So I'm just going to loose, get that squared up properly and welded in. Well, here we go, as you can see one side's all done. Starting on this side today, I'm going to be chopping it out. Get this floor pan chopped out, get the bulk of it out of the way, get it the height, get this arch off, or this wing, wheel arch, whatever you want to call it, off, and then have a look underneath, see what I need to do underneath. I'm just on pulling this outer arch off, and this bottom screw here was just spinning the nut, so I've just been, focus, there we go, just been trying to get a pair of grips on this, and as I was trying to get a pair of grips on, it's just cracked clean off. So whatever it is, it's not steel, it's probably just full of bodge, and looking at that, it wouldn't surprise us. There we go, there's the arch off. As you can see, seat belt, anchorage plate, tacked in, tiny little patch, cover up a tiny hole, big hole, rotten, pillars rotten, that's bodge, just chisel that out for now. Yeah, looking great, innit? There you go, this gives you a good idea of what quality work it's had done before. Going to be giving this bit of clean off underneath now, see what I've got to work with and what I've got to chop out. I think there's going to be a lot of chop out like, but yeah, a bit of clean off this angry wheel of death. Horrible things, but they do a good job. So here we are again, a little 2CV. I've ripped this bit out. It wasn't that bad, but it does seem daft. Focus. It does seem daft when I'm ripping all this bit out and doing all this, not to do this bit when it gets questionable, so we do it and we do it properly. So I've cut this out. As you can see, lovely repairs again. So cut this out. I'm going to go over, and I've already marked it out on on my piece of tin, on my sheet metal. I'm going to tin snip it out and mark it up, bash it around, get the indent in, make the right shape, and then get it welded in. Today I think it's probably going to be the last day. I need to have a little Citreon on the lift for welding. I might need it on the lift for prepping underneath and painting. But I've got the floor welded in. I'm on to the pillar repair now. Got the pillar over here. Cut the old one out. It's gone in the bin because it was knackered. Or rotten. Is that it? Right, that's it. No, that's the other side. Nope. There we go. That's going to go in there nice and neat and tidy. Get that nice and solid. And then I clean off this bit again. Another hole. Bodged up and packed up with a crowd bit of tin. And then buzz this off and weld the plate back in properly. Pillars welded in. Welded into the pillar, obviously. Piece made down here. That's all welded in. Seam welded down the back. I need to make a piece for this bit. I'll just quickly buzz this off the grinder with the anchor will be the death on. And then warmed it up with the blow lamp and wire brushed any bits that I couldn't get out, like down there. You can see the mess up here. There'll be some mess of welds up there. There's a big hole there where someone covered the hole up with a bit of tin. And then yeah, hasn't even been welded down there, all along the bottom. So I'm just going to be quickly putting some heat into this big thick plate so I can get a better weld into the plate while not blowing big holes into the really thin steel of the shell, and then hopefully they'll be a lot nicer than the ones that whoever did them will be. The chassis is mated up with the body. The holes of course didn't line up because they're cheap panels, but managed to get them to line up. Those ones all lined up. The only one that doesn't is that main one there. That one doesn't line up, but all those do. So joys about Mickey Mouse panels and also got to do that. But no, she's getting there. That's all ready to be finished bolting up and then repair and paint that. The columns back in, brake pipes back on. I've done bits and bats here and there. While I just haven't videoed yet. I've got the gear linkages to put back together, and got some wiring to do now. Just wiring looms to put back together, repair any problems with them, and hopefully she'll be up and running again soon.